lot, sir, once again for agreeing to do this interview with us. This interview is going to be part of our Global Thought Leader series, wherein we're speaking to heads and deans of various institutions, trying to understand their take on the relevance of MBA as a degree in the current times.
Sure.
So we see that you have been part of the academic world for the past 15 plus years. What inspired you to get into academia, sir? Why did you choose the path of management education?
Yeah. Thank you, ma'am, and giving me this opportunity for interacting with a wide network of students on your platform and prospective graduates. The first question I would respond, it has much to do with my upbringing. I come from a family where my father was in the army, and my education went on in a school called the military school. In those days, it was called the military school, and we have 5 such schools across India. One was in Belgaum, and basically I was getting tuned to get into the army. For some reason, on medical grounds, I couldn't make it. But then I had these very early on the qualities of being an academician. I mean, I'm talking about the ability to go onto the stage, engage in debates, engage in declamation contests, engage in public speaking contests, sports, games. All those things contributed to my confidence and building of the confidence. And I looked at myself as somebody who is more tuned towards training somebody or helping somebody in their lives. That is how the whole platform was built. But then things took a turn. I joined industry because of various reasons. But in 2002, I took a conscious call that I should come back to academics from industry. And it really helped me in multiple ways. One, because I got the exposure of industry. Two, since I was academically inclined and I was already ready for this complex world of academics, the blending of industry and academia helped me, and I got into the academic fraternity. And today I'm happy that I've spent close to 2 decades. This is my 23rd year in academics, and I have seen close to 10,000 students pass under my tutelage.
Got it, sir. So for somebody who has been part of academia for more than 20 years now, you must have seen various trends that come across and go, specifically when it comes to MBA and its relation with the industry. What, according to you, sir, are some of the relevant skills that MBA students need to possess in order to get success in the recent time?
Very good question, ma'am. And I will compare. I'll split this question into maybe 2 or 3 parts. 2 decades is not a small time frame. If you look at the nation as a whole, and you also see the broad socio-political and economic parameters that have changed. 2000, we were at the Y2K intersection. And information technology and services were just taking off in a big way. Slowly, manufacturing was ebbing down, and the role of government and industry also was ebbing down. A lot of reforms were happening in the financial sector, and the financial markets were also undergoing a rapid change. So the batches that I addressed in 2002, 2003, up to 2005 were one set of students. Then the crisis set in 2007 and 2011, and then again 2014. So in a 2-decade time frame, if I may take the risk of summarizing and saying, I have seen at least 4 distinct batches of students who had to face very different set of challenges. So when they face very different set of challenges, we as an institution also collaborate with industry, collaborate with our own alumni, our own faculty come together, and in a very collaborative fashion, we try and understand what is the skill that a student requires for that generation. So if I may say, I will take the current example of students that we are addressing now, the batch that's going to be passing out in 2024. they require a very, very different set of skills compared to a student who passed out in 2011 or 12. There it was more of knowledge, less of skill orientation. Today it is more of skill orientation, less of knowledge orientation. So when I say this, I'm not trying to discount knowledge at all. So we are now faced with a challenge where industry is requiring students to come with a set of skills which are called the skills of the future. Everything is getting automated all around you. And take any sector, whether it is health, whether it's entertainment, whether it is sports, whether it is airlines, whether it is logistics, supply chains, all sectors are getting automated in a very big way. And digital transformation is becoming the order of the day. Now, what will happen is the graduate who is coming out of a business school like ICFI needs to have a combination of knowledge on one side, that is, he should be theoretically sound, and he should also have a set of skills which are necessarily not taught in a regular class. So we try to bring in those through our pedagogies, through our other interventions. But let me summarize to make it short. The skills that are required by students as they progress and as they come out of business schools like ICFI Business School. First and foremost, I would look at cognitive flexibility as a skill. 2, I would look at analytical ability. 3 is critical thinking. 4th is ability to work in a cross-national or an international team. Then I would look at emotional intelligence as a key skill. Besides this, I'll move on to now, these are the broad soft areas. But if you look at hardcore skills, we are looking at a little bit of programming knowledge of R or Python, a little bit of skills on such as Tableau or Power BI, as we call it, and definitely the power of analysis, the power to his ability to say make complex decisions using a set of soft and hard skills. So when a recruiter comes to us, we generally take a feedback and we try and understand. And they are looking at a combination. Success stories are many in ICFI, but whenever we take a feedback from big companies that visit our campus, they are looking at very clear areas. They say students should have some fundamentals of theory, but more and more the softer areas like cognitive flexibility and also a set of technical skills.
Got it, sir. So we understand that, when it comes to IBS has this well thought of approach on how to take a student from, during the journey of MBA to make sure that, the student has the required skills that, you mentioned that the recruiters are looking for. So, so how are you using your multi-dimensional approach to push across case-based learning or business modeling in order to create students that are not just theoretically equipped, but also have practical knowledge to, succeed in the industry or in the business world?
Very right. ICFI has been, madam, we are in this business, or we could say this sector now for almost 28, 29 years now, almost 3 decades. And we have always taken this approach that we should build on the basement or the foundation of what is called as a soft knowledge. So our founder, Professor N.J. Yashasvi, believed that first the software should be ready. So he believed in building these competencies and the soft resources, which is where the case center, we have a world-class case center at IBS Hyderabad. The case center was built. Faculty were encouraged to write cases, to adopt cases in the classroom as a primary pedagogy. But after we became a part of a university, that is the ICFI Foundation for Higher Education in 2008, we took a conscious call that students have to learn management, not just by theory alone, not just through lectures, and which is where academic freedom came into the picture. Faculty were given the freedom to look at creative solutions for classroom delivery. They were, we made it a point that all courses in the MBA program, which are about 13 number across a 2-year duration, to have a case-based focus alone. And the concepts are taught only through case studies and not through a lecture mode. Lectures are only there for debriefing, but otherwise we took an approach where multi-pronged pedagogies were used. Primary among them is the case. Second was simulations. Third was using software wherever extensively it is possible. Then we had courses such as business process integration taught only through an active simulation right through the course. Then in elective areas like marketing, finance, and operations and HR, we have been using simulations now for almost close to a decade now. And besides this, we believe in active learning, and we also believe in experiential learning, where students are exposed to boot camps. We take them to exhibitions outside. We invite alumni and guests from industry, and make students go through panel discussions, expert lectures. Now, if you look at a combination of all this, when it comes to the outcome, when student is exposed to so many multifaceted areas and pedagogies, student comes out more wiser. Student comes out more knowledgeable. He has more confidence in taking on the challenges as a business leader of the future. I'm sure I have conveyed and given you the response to the question.
Definitely, sir. Sir, if you look at MBA as a traditional degree, we see that it is centered around leadership a lot. But
Yes.
in the past 5 to 6 years, we are seeing conversation among the recruiters, which goes like, we want students who are skilled. We also want students who are skill experts, who can, do a particular job and know everything about it within the job skill that is required. So what is your view on the fact that, is MBA turning from a leadership degree to a more skill expert degree? And if so, why would you say?
Yes, ma'am. Very good question. I would put this in a context, if you permit me. The context is the way the world is evolving now. The way the world of business is evolving. By the year 2028, or even slightly earlier than that, thanks to rapid changes in technology, thanks to the way technologies like artificial intelligence, blockchain, machine learning have come into the fore, and the way our lives have been impacted because of technology, we believe that this has a huge disruptive effect on the way we live our lives and we conduct our businesses. Now, way back in 2014, if I may quote Mr. Satya Nadella, the head of Microsoft, the business opportunity for the transformation, or the digital transformation to be specific, is about $5 trillion. And this is a prediction that he made way back in 2014. And I'm taking one sector to quote an example, the Indian agriculture sector. Between 2018 and 2021 or 22, more than 300 companies have invested in the tech sector, tech-enabled businesses in agriculture in India. Now, that is going to transform the entire landscape of agriculture. In supply chains, COVID has created a huge opportunity for the usage of technology. Take education, which we are all in. Today, EdTech has provided multiple opportunities for learners not to look at conventional education alone, but also to seek avenues and to enroll in courses and programs and certifications at the comfort of their timings. So today, skilling is available for the asking. massive online open platforms are there. We call them MOOCs. Within India, we are talking about platforms like Swayam, and we are looking at multinational platforms like Coursera, for example, where these are areas where disruptions are going to happen in a big way. And I'm sure because of this, the gross enrollment ratio also will improve across. Not only in universities that were run by government all these days, but also in close to 400 universities which have emerged in the last, I would say, the last decade or so. So all this is happening simultaneously. Let's appreciate that these are not happening as standalone events. These are happening simultaneously. So I'm sure as we progress and as we move on, skills will become part of any program, whether it's arts, science, commerce, or any other area. And the emergence of STEM degrees, or I'm talking of STEM focus areas in business management also, or to quote it very narrowly, and the manner in which a lot of premier US colleges are now trying to attract students from China and India to the US with the promise of a 3-year OPT are all indications that business degrees at the UG level and the PG level will be eventually clearly divided 50-50% into knowledge and skills. All these days, we used to call business as a social science or business management as social science. But today, you cannot call it social science because there is a huge tech component built into it. And we at IBS, IBS Business School Hyderabad, have ensured that in all domain areas at the PG level, that is MBA, and at the UG level, we are introducing courses in both these programs at the UG and PG to ensure that students are sufficiently skilled when they go out. Let me take one quick example. In finance, for example, we have fintech. We have AI now come in a big way. In the undergraduate program, cloud computing and cybersecurity will be a program now. We're talking about AI and data science as a program now. And across the 3-year program in the undergraduate and the 2-year program in the MBA, skills will become an integral part of each and every course, either as an elective or as an integral part of the regular course. So we believe because of these interventions, students are going to be absorbed in industry in pure technical roles or techno-commercial roles or pure management leadership roles of the future.
Got it, sir. Thanks a lot for answering that question for us. I think the insights that you have shared specifically in terms of the balance between leadership and skill requirement would really help our audience, get a perspective. What is the new perspective of looking at MBA as a degree? So as somebody who has been part of management education for almost 2 decades now, you must have seen a plethora of students that, studied under your wing. What, according to you, sir, are 5 qualities that students need to possess in order to, to choose a program or to choose a B school when they're considering to do an MBA? What are the key factors that one should consider?
Okay, you're talking about the prospective student, the attributes he checks in a college if he wants to join or enroll. Yeah.
The factors that students should consider when they're choosing a management degree or a B school to go for.
Absolutely. Very good question, ma'am. First and foremost, I would say the longevity of the organization or the business school. How long is it in the sector now? And what is its track record? Point number 1. Over the years, let me give an example of IBS now. We are 3 decades now, or closing to 3 decades now. 95 was the first, 95, 97 was the first batch. So another 3-4 years, you will see that we have finished 3 decades now. So the track record also gives you an impression of consistency. It also sends a very strong signal that whether the institute has grown from strength to strength and has been able to sustain its advantage over the years. Now, IBS has been known for its strong core finance area where students used to pass out because of its background in the CFA program at some point in time. But over the years, finance has been a major concentration for students, and students seeking to excel in the area of finance chose ICFI as one area. So my suggestion to students is, or prospective students, is to look at the track record, number one. Number two is the portfolio of courses that are on offer. Because MBA to me is not something that is straight-jacketed into an area called MBA marketing or MBA finance. Or we are grooming leaders to take on businesses of the future. And there it is a clear combination of the management discipline on one side, but also developing leaders for the future who may or may not continue to be associated with any industry, but could be entrepreneurs of the future. And true entrepreneurship is something where we believe that the nation is built, because meaningful jobs can only come when there is a risk taken, and risk is usually taken in entrepreneurial areas where students get to begin their own ventures and progress. And we are proud as an institution that many students who pass out from the MBA program or the undergraduate BBA program have been able to branch out into businesses of their own, or and have been able to employ people in their organizations as they progressed. So that's the second point. The third point is the faculty, the quality of faculty. How many faculty are there on the rolls? How many of them are full-time faculty? Because it's a full-time program, and when we say a full-time residential program, which is the MBA, we cannot have complete seriousness without faculty being there full-time. So we are proud as an institution that close to 200 faculty on rolls now, out of which about 85 to 90% are doctorates. That means these are people with industry experience, with high academic credentials, and are available full-time in the service of students. And that's a big morale booster and a confidence builder to any prospective student, because whenever you're in need of any mentoring or counseling or any guidance, faculty has to be available. The fourth quality that I want students to look in for is the value that is added through the program. What is it that you're taking finally? Is it only knowledge, or are you also getting groomed? Because to me, the MBA degree is a force multiplier. You are not just joining any course at the PG level. You are joining a course which is going to propel you to a meteoric height, which you never imagined. In case, our alumni are a proof of this. Whenever I come to places like NCR or places like Gurgaon or Delhi, take any institution which is in the finance domain or in the area of financial services, definitely you will find 10 to 15% of them will be ICFI graduates or IBS graduates. Now, why is this possible? It's possible because of the foundations we have laid for these students. Okay, so it's important. It's important that we have delivered value at the end of the 2-year program, and that confidence has taken them from level to level, and within a very short span of time, we find that students have become either vice presidents or general managers or heads of businesses or heads of verticals or heads of BUs, and they're there. One example is, if I may quote an example, and if you don't mind taking an example, the chief financial officer of the L&T Metro in Hyderabad happens to be a 2006 student. And when I met him the other day, I felt so nice about it. And he was talking about the entire project, which is about with the next 30 to 50 years of project that he was talking about on the build, own, lease and transfer kind of an agreement called the Bolt Agreement. And it is my student who's there running the finances of a big company called L&T Metro. And the Hyderabad Metro today is a dream project, which has rapidly transformed the urban landscape of a city like Hyderabad. And I have my own student now taking care of the financial aspects of this company. This is one example I'm just giving you. There are thousands of examples like this, not only in India but abroad. So what does the college bring to the table? What does a college degree or the college experiences bring to the student, which is the value component? Fifth and the final point I would say is the network. Right, 65,000 students is our network across the world now under the ICFI umbrella. ICFI Hyderabad alone is about 22,000 strong alumni. And we believe these are our ambassadors. And any prospective student can get back to our alumni and validate why ICFI. And I'm sure they'll get a positive response. So I've covered five broad aspects. And I'm sure track record is one, the pedagogy and the faculty is two. Third, I've spoken about the value that we bring to the table. It is not just a degree. Fourth and finally, I am talking about the network. Let me also talk about, if you permit, one final quality.
Definitely.
What is the focus on quality? What is the focus on continuous improvement? What are the areas where the college has taken a call as a pioneer? So ICFI Hyderabad is NAC A++. That means we are part of a university which is now NAC A++. We are a category 1 institution, which means that we are in the top 30 universities in India, which has shown a high degree of focus on processes and quality. So today we are able to confidently inform the world and the prospective student that the graduate who comes out of this college has come out through a process which is very well laid out. The academic structures are very well laid out. The outcome at the end of the program is very well defined. And I'm sure we have created learners who continue to learn lifelong. We are also AACSB accredited, which is an international accreditation, which only about 900 business schools across the globe have it. Only 22 schools in India have it. We were the 14th institution in India to get this accreditation way back in February 2020. And we are going for the continuous review now in 2025. Now, this again is an indicator that we have been able to stick to the promise of continuity in our programs. Number 2, a focus on learner success. And 3 is the impact on our stakeholders. So I gave you a couple of examples just to illustrate that it's just not education that we are looking at. We are also looking at how we impact all our stakeholders who depend on us so much. Yeah, ma'am. I hope I have clarified.
Yes, sir. So since we're running out of time, I just have 2 more questions for you. One is, sir, how would you define ICFA MBA in just 10 words?
You want these 10 words to be proper nouns now, or what is it that you are looking at as a response?
Sir, I want you to...
10 words, 10 independent words.
Yes, sir.
That or describe the...
It could be a sentence, like a tagline also. That is also fine.
Okay. Okay, it's slightly tricky to respond, but let me try. Student joining ICFI should join because here learning is learning with a purpose.
Got it, sir.
So he just doesn't come here for learning through books. So here learning, there is a purpose, there is a fun element. You get to interact with people from 29 to 30 states, or 29 states and about 7 union territories. We are a true mini India here. We are a true diverse college because 50% of our students are girl students. And this is a record of sorts, because take any business school in India, the biggest ratio will be 30-70. Some of the IIMs also cannot claim this record because their record is 30-70 or 35-65. 65. Occasionally we have 51 to 49 also. So diversity is there. Quality faculty, quality infrastructure, quality digital infrastructure all around you, quality of life, and finally, quality of placements. Quality of placement. So I don't know if I could rattle out about say 8 or 9 of these qualities that you're looking at. So come here, have fun while learning, interact with faculty, get mentored, get counseled, choose the areas that you want to, and finally, you will observe that you have got the right placement of your choice.
Got it, sir. So my final question to you is, as somebody who's heading an institution of that caliber, what is your definition of success, and how should one measure success, be it personal or corporate related?
Yes. I would very good question. I was sort of anticipating this. I have a view on what is called as ROI. I mean, the current generation says ROI, and all this. And I would have a slightly different approach to ROI. I would call it ROK. I would look at return on knowledge. Right? When I did my MBA way back in 91, 93, we barely had anything to talk about in the college as an infrastructure. You never had a PC in the college. It was a blackboard-based education. I wish I had 10% of what resources today's kids have in those days, and we would have been slightly better off than what we were at that point in time. We were still absorbed by industry because industry still took us. But today, if I were to look at students who are joining elite institutions like IGFI, I would sincerely urge them to look at what do they take back as knowledge and skills, and not merely look at the money they have invested, because finally it is a lifelong journey that they are looking at, and this is an investment that they will never regret.
Got it, sir.
So ROK, my buzzword is ROK and not ROI.
Got it, sir. Thanks a lot, sir, for sharing these wonderful insights with us. I'm pretty sure our users are going to really enjoy reading this interview and interacting with your viewpoints. Is there any question, sir, that you feel we should have asked you and you would like to address, to the users, to the current MBA aspirants, or the people who are going for CAT this year?
Okay. I would say look at it very progressively. I mean, all students should look at, whenever they choose the college, I'm sure a lot of homework is done by parents, and students are also very wise nowadays, and they're quite well equipped to understand. But please invest these 2 years in the PG program with utmost dedication. There's no free lunch at the end of the day, and recruiters and companies are also understanding this, that I'm not going to just hire somebody for fun. I'm investing a lot of money when I hire somebody, and there's a lot of investment that goes into a hire, and the hire has to stay. So if you are looking at business education as an investment for future, 2 years of solid focus on studies and learning skills, and the initial jobs that students join, they should join with a purpose. I mean, spend at least 2 to 3 years in the first job. That investment students should be able to make. Be open to travel a lot. Be open for cross-cultural interactions. Be open to some kind of uncertainties that will keep on coming your way, because the world is not going to have these cycles which are very stable. Cycles are going to be you will have a peak and a trough, and this will happen more often now because of technology and because of the geopolitical scenarios that are unfolding very rapidly. So be very mentally strong, be emotionally strong, have this flexibility, and have a tolerance for ambiguity.
Got it.
And don't worry if you have not made it to an IIM. or to the college that you wanted to go, there are many options available to students who really want to learn and become something in life.
Got it, sir.
Yeah,
So
ma'am.
thanks a lot. I think I've taken a little more than what was assigned to me, but
Yeah, no, and
yes,
I'm very happy that I'm able to interact with a very popular platform like Pagal Guy. And I'm sure students or prospective parents who are listening to this interview will benefit from these inputs.
definitely, sir. Thank you, sir. Have a wonderful day ahead.
Thank you so much. Thank you.